I love that you originally leant away from the mic, and as it was coming out, you're like, no, lean into it. Literally, lean into it.
I like to share it with the audience.
We appreciate that.
You guys get a very valuable insight to how my body functions.
We get a valuable insight to your insides, that's for sure.
Dibs on band name? Insight to insides?
So funny about band names, I've got a buddy who's in a band. And
of course you do.
Yes, I've actually got
everyone has a friend in a band.
Everyone's got a friend in a band. I've got actually a couple of people that I know who are in different heavy metal bands here in Melbourne, which is really cool. Not that I'm into heavy metal, but I appreciate the art, I guess.
You like Rise Against, which is not metal, but it's like alternative heavy rock.
These guys do like screamo metal though.
You never really went for well, I guess I would probably get yelled at for this because I think people define them these days as new metal, but did you ever listen to Slipknot and Disturbed much?
Is that them?
That's Disturbed. Slipknot is Before I Forget and that sort of thing.
Before I forget you!
No, it's Before I Forget That I was a world before I am a man.
Yeah, I remember that was on Guitar Hero 3.
Today, apparently.
There's going to be, if you thought they were singing last episode, boy, are we all in for a treat.
Welcome to the Eminem Karaoke Jam Sesh.
We can't call it Eminem. That's already a guy.
No, he's spelt different. We're literally just M&M. We might have beef with the chocolate company.
We'll be Mandem. M-A-N-D-M.
It is so hot in the studio right now that I just went to wipe the sweat off my forehead and it sounded like a squeaky floor.
This is a carpeted room.
Oh, I'm short.
My short king.
First I was too short and now I have kicky legs.
Not the kicky legs. So embarrassing. Actually.
I am your short king.
Can I tell you?
I mean, I'm average. I think that's what every guy says. I'm average.
I'm average.
I'm a bit more than average. No, I think the US average, about 5'9", 10.
I thought you were just about to say 5 foot.
Just 5 foot.
5 foot. In fact, you're quite tall.
I'm 5 foot somewhere else.
That's one of your legs.
Yeah, third leg.
And it's 5 feet long?
Yeah.
And just wrap it up around your waist?
It's more of
little belt?
It's like a sock, like a vine sock.
That's horrific.
It just twirls. It twirls around
It gives me loose snakeskin vibes. This de-shed.
That's really gross.
Yeah. That's what.
All right.
Are crazy.
Well, what were you going to say?
I was just going to tell you.
We haven't even started the episode
fine.
And we are off on a tangent.
What? We don't have topics. We have tangents that lead into stories.
That's very true. I mean, it's not a very organized podcast. Actually, I wouldn't say that. That's insulting to you, our creative director.
Thank you. It's not organized, but it needs to come out in shambles. Because otherwise, where's the fun?
That's going to be the...
Organized chaos.
That's going to be the engraving I choose for your tombstone if you pass first.
What is it again?
I don't even remember.
Oh, Lord, help us.
It has to come out in shambles. It's not organized. It has to come out in shambles. I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
I'll listen back to this episode.
And clip over.
And that way
it's what did I say again? Yeah. Or what did you say again? Yeah. Something embarrassing that happened to me not too long ago. Coming back from dog training, I had Kara in the car. So Kara's our puppy. And she was up on the front seat. And on the way home, I thought, I'll grab some iced coffees for us. Mm-hmm. It was a nice Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
And I'm there. I do the little order the coffees. I pull up to the pay station. And the girl goes, "Oh my God, you are so pretty."
That's nice.
Oh my God, so nice. I felt flushed. I had my hand to my chest.
Yeah.
I was like,
sweet.
"Oh, that is so nice. Thank you." And she's like, "What's her name?" I'm like, "Oh, her name is Kara. You're talking about the puppy." And I just had to pretend that I wasn't so goddamn embarrassed. And
that would definitely throw one off.
Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'm accepting a compliment. I'm taking it all in. It's hard to take sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not good at accepting compliments. When people compliment me, I'm kind of just like, yeah, okay. Thank you.
Are you sure you mean to say that?
I think you're mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, some of us out there just are more humble than others. I don't know.
Isn't that
not
what
a
we were
very
talking
humble
about?
statement.
Was it humble?
Oh
humble
no.
Beast?
Does not being humble run in the name? Fuck. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Unwarranted. It's lovely to have you here, as always. And I say ladies and gentlemen, but you know, we're here for our 9 non-binary peeps as well. So
our 9 non-binary peeps.
we are.
There's a wait list.
We have 9 assigned slots.
Yeah. If you're gender fluid, that counts as both. 2
We're
slots.
very much like universities where we seek diversity and purely base our judgments off of that.
Yeah, that's absolutely exactly what it is.
Well, I guess we should start the show. So, yeah. That's unwarranted.
You know what?
All right, we gotta look that one up. Okay, I'm dumb.
You're not dumb. You're just wrong.
I'm never wrong.
It's a joke. It's just unwarranted.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, are you just not gonna talk?
Can I talk now?
You can talk whenever you like, honey. We're on a podcast.
Scooby-Doo-Bop-Bop. I finally figured out what I
said
wanted.
you can talk. You can't scat. Come on.
Scabbity-boop-bop-bop-bop.
That's like your go-to in-between noise, isn't it? Yeah.
Boopity-boop-bop-bop.
All right. Sorry,
Okay.
you were going to say?
I'll let you finish your mouth. Glug, glug.
Mouthful, you mean?
Refreshing. Yeah, finish your mouth.
How do you finish one's mouth? Wait. You add a word in the middle there.
We are 8 minutes in. Oh, we can say that now?
Yeah.
Do you want to know something I learnt the other day?
Also, we talked about a cocksock as our opening, so I don't know why you're censoring me now.
That's true. No, do you want to, okay, so this is something I learnt the other day.
Yeah.
An expression of, he gave her a string of pearls.
I don't think I've heard that expression before.
It means when somebody jizzes all over somebody else's neck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where did you learn that expression? Why was that in your wheelhouse?
From a gay man. We were talking about, well, they went to a Mardi Gras and they also went to like a fairy festival in the woods. And so on Facebook they had
that's fun.
Yeah, I only saw a couple pictures, but my other friend had been talking to them and they're like, oh yeah, we saw you with your string of pearls. And he's like, I wouldn't post something like that on social media. And we were just like, what?
I know it's a little different, and I'm bridging away from our nasty topic here.
That's fair.
But it's a little different, obviously, like a fairy fair or whatever. But I haven't been to a Ren fair in I don't know how long, but I would love to go.
You've been before?
I think I've been to one, like with my family when I was very young. But I would love to go have the adult experience there because I feel like it would just be like what they probably call Mead, but it's just beer and then just turkey legs galore. Like,
is Mead just beer?
No, Mead is something else. It's like a wine sort of fermentation process. But I think it's like mixed fruits, maybe.
Oh, let's see what Mead.
It was weird, actually. One of the first times I heard of Mead in real life was like this guy I knew in college who we were probably still 17, 18 maybe. But it was coming up to drinking age. And he was already like making his own mead. And I was so baffled at the prospect that someone at our age could be not only in possession of alcohol, but just making it.
Yes.
And Mead.
Moonshine of the mead world. Well, I just Googled Mead, just the singular word. Mead is the first known alcoholic beverage consumed by mankind and is believed to predate wine by nearly 3,000 years.
Woo.
Yeah, it's So the process of making mead and wine are so similar, but the key difference is the use of honey rather than grapes as a source of sugar. So wine is the grapes, which creates the sweetness, and
so
mead is, I guess.
Mead would be fucking sweet then. Like,
I get, but it's so fermented that I guess, yeah.
because you taste the grapes in one.
There's some at Dan Murphy's, Maxwell's
mead.
spiced mead. Oh, you would probably like that.
I would probably like that.
Yeah, because it's spiced. Like, you like that.
Sometimes I like spiced stuff.
Gives me pirate vibes.
Yeah, I think I have had a bittersweet relationship with spiced rum. Goes down well.
A bittersweet, maybe not a spicy. Haha.
Doesn't come up very well.
Yuck. Yeah, alcohol's a bit crazy. Alcohol is a bit crazy.
I mean, that is one way to summarize it.
Yeah. I was just
Comes in many forms.
something else that's really crazy. This really is a something else. So this lady was urine tested for some, I don't really know I don't have much more of the beginning context of why she was urine tested.
Okay.
But she was. And she came up positive for meth.
Damn.
And she's like, no, I've never done meth before. And they were like, okay, that's great, but
good for you.
Yeah, good for you, but you're still testing positive. Like, can you explain? And she said, I was trying to get home from the bar and I couldn't get a ride. And the only person that I could find that would give me a ride said that they could only if I sucked their dick. And they had recently had meth. And so this woman had to then go through court and through all of this like all of this testing, and the pathologists had to be like, yes, confirmed, you can test positive for meth by eating meth semen.
Jeez.
Yeah, how fucked is that?
That's so fucked. And who is this lady hanging out with that she can only find a ride home sucking dick?
Yeah, from a meth head.
I feel like a taxi service must have like a fail-safe option where it's like, we take your details, contact you tomorrow.
If you can't pay for it, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, maybe she didn't have money for a cab.
Well, I would assume that's like...
I was just thinking she's in like, I don't know
just
why.
in butt-fuck nowhere or something
yeah,
like that.
and that she just stuck at a hometown bar. But then at that point, you just start fucking walking and hope that the hitchhiker people get you. Actually...
I mean, it probably was the same guy.
Yeah.
To be honest. Like...
He's like, I was going to take you home anyway, but thought I'd just get something out of it.
It really makes me wonder what she was... Where'd you find this story? Because I do want to know now why she was getting tested in the first place. Because, like,
it's on Facebook.
Oh, okay. So just a random story. But...
Yeah. Well, actually, it was from a comedian. A comedian told the story
what kind of, like,
on stage.
Job would she be going for or that sort of thing?
Or is she just
very curious.
She just... Somebody floats around.
Bit of a drifter. Yeah, who knows?
You know, actually, I also saw recently that back in the 17th or 18th century or something, that there would be these people that would be paid to be ornamental hermits on a piece of land.
Sorry, in the 17th century?
Yeah. Yeah.
They must have had too much time on their hands.
They did. They didn't have productivity like we have today. This is actually the most productive time and generation, yet the thing that we're all missing is time. Like, nobody has enough time. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah. So these people had a lot of time. So they would get, I was just Googling it before because I am really curious and I kind of would like to be an ornamental hermit the more that I'm reading about it.
I don't think you would, especially if it's like you have to be still.
No, you don't have to be still.
So you don't have to be like one of those street performer statue people.
No, they get to, so the part of the contract is they have to live in solitary contemplation without stepping foot outside of the estate for 7 years.
Whoa.
So you have to stay on the estate. And so what they would do is, this is in a time where they went from, you know, British noblemen had these really pristine, beautiful gardens and it was all very like beautiful and picturesque and really well maintained. And then there was this fad, essentially, that your green spaces should be overgrown and mysterious and like all this kind of stuff. So people would pay these hermits to live there to kind of add mystery. And sometimes people would say that they had a hermit living on the land when they didn't, to also invoke.
Be even more elusive.
Yeah, exactly. So there was lots of different parts to the contract, but essentially these hermit people would be given a skull, a book, and what else was it?
Alas, poor Yorick, how I knew thee. Can't remember what the quote is. It's like a Shakespearean thing, and I remember I feel like I brought Halo up in the last episode as well, but in Halo there was this like achievement for, I guess it was headshots or something like that, or collecting skulls, and it was like, alas, poor Yorick, I barely knew thee, or something like that. And it's a Shakespearean quote from a play, but he's speaking to a skull when he says it.
Like Hamlet
he's
style.
Like, yeah, he's like holding the skull up, reciting his soliloquy.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's hermit life. And they would get paid. Do you want to guess how much they got paid?
Yeah, what was the rate? Do you have like
Yeah, I found an answer.
Or a scale compared to today?
Exactly that.
Excellent.
So they would be in that time, which was 1700s. They would be rewarded with like between £500 and £700, which is roughly equivalent to $95,000 to $130,000 today. Mind you, that is for 7 years, so it's not really a good investment. But what taxes are you paying? What food are you buying? Because all the food and water was provided. You just get to wander around in solitary contemplation, and they would build on their land, not the hermits, but like the homeowners, landowners, would build a hermitage, which is like a little
working
hut.
Holiday visa.
Yeah, and you just get to walk around in the gardens and hang out with little bush creatures and spook people, and
sounds like a lot of fun.
It does sound like a lot of fun. It's crazy what the rich people can do. Last week there was actually a billionaire as well who
you were just hammering through subjects here.
Organized chaos.
You came prepped.
I did come prepped. I have a bunch of pages here.
Nice.
I've got all these fun facts. In fact, I've got trivia for you as well.
Always with the trivia.
Always with the trivia.
No, I like a good game.
I think you'll like this kind of trivia because I've tailored the questions to you. So, you're either going to feel really good about yourself or not.
That's a little more daunting, yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, I hope you'll.
Are you just trying to cause me trauma on this podcast?
What was it we were watching last night? Oh, we've been watching Sam and Colby. So we're big fans of these guys on YouTube that have been doing this for several years, but they go to abandoned places and haunted places and do these paranormal investigations. And they've done a lot of history things. They went to, what was...
The one we were watching?
No, not last night, but the one that we saw a while ago in fucking Russia or something. What is...
Oh, they went to like a
Chernobyl?
Oh.
They've been to lots of things, but they've done...
Yeah, sorry, your hand gestures were making me think of the like vampire castle they went to, and that was in Europe somewhere, but it wasn't in Russia.
Explosion.
Yeah.
This is a mushroom cloud.
That makes more sense with Chernobyl. They did go to Chernobyl, and they did a really great documentary on that. It's like an hour and a half long or whatever.
Yeah,
but
so they've done lots of...
Yeah, they do some really great storytelling. And,
lots of really good research, and they talk to amazing people. And
and they're just fun, too.
They're fun. Yeah, they're just
fun peeps.
Young guys. Yeah. But the episode that we were watching last night was just at Halloween in 2023. They do something called Hell Week.
Yeah.
And so this year, they spent an entire 6 or 7 nights, like a full week at the Conjuring House.
Cut into 4 parts.
Yeah, cut into 4 parts.
Yeah.
And in one of the episodes, they're talking through the Ovilus or whatever it is. It's a spirit box that kind of spits out words from radio frequencies.
Picks up frequencies, spits out words. And then there's the like other version where it's basically like radio static and it pulls radio words.
Yeah.
So there's 2 very similar devices. I can't remember which one they were using.
I can't remember either. But they were asking these questions and then like, what can we expect to find in the woods? And the thing says trauma. And they just glaze right over it and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah,
we were just like,
they didn't
you're
blink
not
at that.
Bat an eye. So yeah, maybe I am trying to cause you trauma here with some trivia.
I prefer that over demons.
Yes, I also think you would prefer that over demons. No, that's freaking crazy. Oh yeah, let me tell you about this billionaire because rich people are nuts.
Yeah. So what? There's a modern day druid thing happening.
No. I wish. This is a whole other story. I was just talking about how crazy rich people are.
I am going to have trouble keeping up with you today.
Oh, yeah. big fat
Let's
coffee.
do it.
Let's do it. So last week, a billionaire accidentally ordered a private jet to come pick him up for a dinner date that was going to be in a neighboring city, only to realize upon arrival that he'd forgotten to actually invite anyone to join him for the date. So he ended up, he was embarrassed, and he spoke to the pilot. He's like, "Thank you so much for flying me out here. I realized I don't actually have a date." And then he treated the pilot to a fancy dinner instead.
That's so cute.
Yeah, so it turned into a very cute, impromptu, one of the most fine dining experiences at 30,000 feet. So I think he actually must have gone up and he was flying. And they went to have
did the pilot get to eat?
Well, I guess so. Or maybe
Do
the
planes have cruise control? Well, I'm sure they have speed control and stuff.
Probably not one pilot. It's probably an assistant pilot. What are they called?
There's always a co-pilot.
Co-pilot.
There's always a co-pilot, I'm pretty sure. I don't think air security would let you fly without one, right?
That's a private jet, though. But yeah, sure.
But it's still air control.
Yeah.
All airs are controlled.
That is very true. There was something I saw actually just earlier that it's a radio channel, and it was from clips from YouTube Shorts or something that they'd all cut together. So it's obviously a standing YouTube channel of this air flight directory people. And so you can see what the pilot is saying and what the ground control guys are. Yeah. And so the ground control guys are like, "Hey, glad to see you guys are down on the runway safe. Did you know there were 2 people on the runway at the time? We're going to have to write this up. We're going to have to put in our report, blah, 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 blah." The pilot's like, "Yeah, we'll do our reports as well. We didn't see anyone down there. Why were there people on the thing?" They were like, you kind of came out of nowhere sort of thing. It's like, "Did you not hear that we were radioing to say that we were coming down?" So it was all snowing and whatnot. So these 2 people sort of had a bit of a near miss. Because they had snow blowers, so they were...
So they were clearing the runway.
So they were clearing the runway, but the pilot...
I wonder, was it you would think that there's enough staff that definitely was not the same people that are supposed to be at the radio in the tower.
No. Yeah, no, it would be totally different.
So
set of staff,
someone dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Took a poop at the wrong time or something.
Yeah, but I think maybe because of the snow, taking a poop at the wrong time, it's never important stuff.
That's the thing about when you are in a workplace. You never know when it's right to poop.
No.
Unless it's in your pants, then it's always right.
Is
that not how you guys do things?
It's always so wrong.
No?
You shouldn't shit your pants. It's stinky. And you waste underwear.
I keep it all.
Where would you store shitty underwear? Where would you put that shit, literally?
I would have to... It would be pretty much the equivalent of trying to hide bodies. I feel like because the smell would just be the same. I mean, eventually it would, old poo smells less, right? Does it ever stop smelling?
I think it's always stinky. When I groom dogs,
up to my face,
sometimes
I don't really
they
know.
have stinky soft poo stuck to their butts, and sometimes they have crusty old poo, and all of it stinks. It's all stinky.
I do not envy your job.
Yeah, it really is something.
Something.
It really is something.
I admire your tenacity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Would you like to play some trivia?
Not yet. I wanted to talk to you about that thing that we were discussing the other day. The video I watched, I can't remember what video it was, but there was just a girl talking about an experience, and she was using use, Y-O-U-S, a plural contraction.
Gotcha. So hey, use over there.
Yeah. And it got me thinking that I really just do not see why people use that. It feels like something that comes off as pretty dumb to me. And then I was kind of like, but y'all. And I have said y'all before because my family comes from Virginia, North Carolina area in the States. So it's pretty common. Y'all
is very, and for as long as I've known you, use has always just, you hear it and you have a twitchy eye. You get a visceral reaction.
Yeah, it just sounds real
bogan.
But then you made the point of so I said that, would you like to make your point? I basically said that y'all seems okay to me because it's an abbreviation of 2 words being brought together. And it doesn't sound like a plural.
What was the second part of that word that I was trying to say though?
So basically, you just said, but it could be you guys. Like
You guys, yeah. I
yeah.
just couldn't remember. I was like, why would it start with an S? Yeah, no, you guys, yeah. You all and you guys. Like, if you were to have those
But
words all out, you're like,
just,
yeah, that's the same thing.
It just to me sounds like someone who doesn't know another word for you guys.
What would you say
Those
instead?
people, or basically people. It feels like someone who doesn't know the word people.
Hey, people, come over here.
Yeah, I mean, what up, people? Or
but I guess you wouldn't be like, what
guys, like
yeah. I guess it depends on what how are you using it?
Oh fuck! Oh.
Slides in so nicely.
I had to stop myself from jumping across the table at you.
You throw something at me in a minute.
Well, yeah, I could throw a tissue at you.
I did. Try throw one tissue at me right now. It's not even going to make it past your side of the table, I reckon. It went underneath your table. It hooked right back under. That was brilliant. And now I just want to throw a tissue at you, but I don't have a tissue. Ah!
Forgot I could scrunch it up, didn't you?
Bye.
All right.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, all right. Look, I have a problem with it. I feel like those of you out there, oh, look at that. That's a way to say it.
Yeah, you just said that. Those of you.
Those of you who are out there. Wow, I can't, now that I'm trying to analyze my speech, I can't speak. No, those of you who are out there saying use, I think that we should collectively agree that you drop the expression and pick up y'all, or learn proper grammar.
Well, actually, no, that's what we were talking about last night, because we got into the discussion of you were like, no, but you all it's a grammatical contraction to y'all. Y-A''LL. Like that is...
Yes, so the grammatical contraction of y'all feels more proper.
Can I actually...
Than you guys, because like, I don't know, it just throws me off. I think it's because it then also looks like a possessive.
Well, use also generally would have an E on the end. Y-O-U-S-E.
That's like whose with an S-E on it.
Yeah. But y'all, an A is not even in the word you.
When do you use whose with an E?
What? Whose?
Yeah, W-H-O-S-E.
When do I use it?
When does one use that?
Whose is this?
Oh, yes, okay. Because it's not who is. Okay, that makes sense. Today, guys, I'm learning right in front of you.
Yeah.
In front of your ears.
And we were having this about grammar, and you were like, no, it's this, no, it's that. But what's y'all? Y'all? Or just why?
You all. Yeah.
But it's just why. So shouldn't it... Wait. How the fuck do you spell it now?
Y' all.
Yeah, so is it y'all or y'all? Yeah, because I was having in my head, for some reason, that it was Y-A''LL.
No.
Yeah, and then I typed it and I was like, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Y'all.
That looks...
I was like, yeah.
like a name.
Yeah.
Y'all.
And then it's use, but I would do that. Use. Oh my God, the top one is, I use all doing this.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that
but
much.
It's an unnecessary one as well. That's actually, I think that's why I feel like it's lower class as well, because it often is somewhere where they're like, are yous all doing this? And it's like unnecessary to even add one of those things. You can either drop the all and
just
you
say,
still justify your use of the word use, even though it sucks. Or you don't have, or you have all and you don't have this. And it makes sense. And it's normal grammar. So you sound like a proper person.
Sound like a proper person. Use your grammar.
Yes, I'm calling all of you animals out there who use the word use animals.
Do you know what?
Beasts.
Max, we are all animals.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Who did that song?
I feel like, I don't know, but it was the same time as What Did the Fox Say? Ding, 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 ding. That then kind of went to Crazy
I don't
Frog.
think it was.
No, it's not the same person, but that was around the same time.
I don't think it was.
What?
I think What Did the Fox Say came along later.
Animal Planet. Don't even know who it's by.
Nothing but mammals. Probably would help you better.
Oh, I wrote Animal Planet song.
And it's actually
Bloodhound Gang,
Channel.
and it's called The Bad Touch, I think.
Neither of those names make sense to me.
Unless it's all... Yeah, I typed in Animal Planet song.
The Bad
You and Me,
Touch.
Baby Ain't Nothing But Mammals. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Bad Touch by Bloodhound Gang. Never would have fucking guessed that.
No.
So that was 2012.
Never.
And then, what did the fox say?
Wait, you're telling me that song only came out in 2012?
What did the fox say came out in 2016? 2016?
No,
Hell no.
14 made more sense.
I was in year 8 when that came out.
Okay.
I reckon. Or something. Year 9 maybe. Where's the... Yeah, I don't know. At least 2014, if not earlier. 10 years ago. A long time ago.
I really thought that Bloodhound Gang song came out much earlier, like 2000s.
2012.
I thought it was like, early 2000s, single digits.
Why? You just feel like you remember singing it back then?
Not singing it, but like my brother, who was 5 years older than me, being at that age where you would be singing it, because I would have been a little tyke.
Well, 2012, you would have been year 7.
Yeah, but I feel like I remember being
not right.
like, no, that's not right.
Not right at all.
Year 9?
No,
10.
You would have been year 10. Jesus Christ. Every episode, we're like, how old are we? And also, what is the English language?
I also never used to understand how adults could be like, I don't know how old I am.
Or they're like, was it this year or was it that year?
Yeah, I know my age and I know nothing else around that. Like, I can't tell you what age I was when I did something most of the time.
That's interesting.
Unless it's like a big milestone, like going overseas or something like that. Then I can usually recall.
I feel like when it comes to recollection, playing games like, it's been a long time since I've played, but what's that like? Put a finger down. Like those kinds of things where it's like put a finger down if you've done what's that game? Put a finger down.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, if you've done something.
Yeah.
I would have so much trouble trying to think of examples because I'm like, first of all, I don't know what I've done. And I also don't know what I haven't done to be able to not put my own finger down.
I think the point of that game was always just to like call out, what you knew your friends have already done.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just where you would fish for the ideas. But I tried to, actually I didn't care about that one as much, but I was never a fan of Truth or Dare.
Why? Like you don't like being asked the truth or doing the dare?
It was more that I didn't want to be boring and always go truth, but I also didn't really want to run down the street naked. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's fair. I like truth or dare only if I'm being asked. Because I don't mind, like, if people ask me questions, like, I'm a pretty open book. And if we're playing a game like that, you're obviously with a group of people that you can sort of open up or have a joke and a laugh or just
well, yeah, that's the thing. I would do truth and that would be fine, but I just didn't want to be like, truth.
Because dare is fun sometimes. And I feel like I've done dares before, but also sometimes when you'd play, they'd dare you something just so outlandish, you're like, I'm not doing it. You're like, you're 12 years old sitting in the, we had like a rumpus room garage kind of thing, and they'd be like, I dare you to scream at the top of your lungs. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Like, my family's upstairs asleep. Like, I appreciate that that's what you thought of, but yeah, if I do that, then you're all going home now. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah, or they'd be like, run down the street naked, and you're like, I'm 12. I don't have a house key. I don't want to leave the house at midnight.
Yeah.
To go do this by myself.
And I don't really want to like show up to school tomorrow and there's a video of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm not good at thinking of truths or dares.
Yeah. Well, guess that's probably your aphantasia, not being able to visualize.
Yeah, I can't visualize. It's hard to pull things of memory. I tried to draw my own little comic once that it's like what it's like being in my brain trying to remember things. And it's like me in front of a conveyor belt. And so I'm like, oh, cool, this thing happened. And so I put the box of memory on the conveyor belt to go store into my long-term memory, and it just goes into a black hole and disappears. But I think I'm doing a really good job of organizing and like putting it in, and it just gone, not coming back. Bit sad in it.
I feel like given how much you're able to pull from when we talk, that's not the case though.
No, I mean, I do, yeah, that's true. I'm not like a goldfish that's completely blank. Actually, have I told you my fun fact about goldfish and their memories?
Are you trying to circle into quiz time? Because you just seem...
No.
You seem very eager.
No, it's genuinely just a goldfish. So
okay, sure.
we we all joke that goldfish have a 3-second memory, right?
Yeah.
Turns out they don't. They actually are able to store things in more of a longer term memory.
They're holding the sins of your past.
Holding the sins of our past. They're watching. You know, they saw what you did last summer and they're going to remember.
How long do they remember things for?
There was a scientist who trained a fish. He put a tiny little hoop on top of the water and he trained the fish to jump through the hoop. And
how does that relate to memory? Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
I haven't finished my story yet, see?
No, if you're learning a skill, you have to remember the step.
That's a true fact, except it's a fish, so it can't walk. So it jumped through the hoop. He taught it to jump through the hoop. As this fish had no prior understanding or stimulus of this, he was taught this thing in maybe a week. And then all stimulus of hoop jumping was removed. And then about 9 months later, the scientist came and just put the hoop on top of the water and then the fish jumped right through it as if it was a...
I want to see this fish.
It was a retained skill.
Did he film it?
I don't know. Fish jumping...
Was it a goldfish?
I never saw a video.
Well, you brought this up because we were talking about the goldfish expression. Or you referred I've just
heard of this before in my studies of goldfish.
What were those hands? Goldfish.
Goldfish.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll find it another time. One day
so you've just given up on that. Okay.
Well, I don't want to show you a video. What are you going to see?
That's fair.
Can't show everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do have a touching story that I want to share with you. So
I've got my tissues.
You do have your tissues? You do have your tissues? So we're big fans of video games and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this young boy in Thailand and he dreamed about having a Nintendo Switch. Due to not having very good financial situations, he fabricated his own using cardboard and markers. So just exactly as you can imagine, it looks like a Switch made out of cardboard and colored markers.
Uh-huh.
Right? Very cute, very sweet. So his dad, very moved and proud of his son for trying to be innovative with this. He filmed him and posted the video on social media. And after this video went viral, it got to the eyes of the Nintendo CEO, who flew to Thailand and personally sued the boy for $2.5 million for copyright infringement.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
How crazy. Fuck that guy.
That's not fucking possible.
Probably. I don't know. I found it on resource site.
All right, we have to look this one up. I need to see if this person actually
Nintendo
is this
CEO
horrible.
Sue kid. Okay. On USA Today, fact check. Nintendo did not sue a 9-year-old boy for creating cardboard console.
I feel like they would have no grounds, because he's not replicating it for sale.
Well, he's not going to sell it. Let's see if I can get any information. So it was actually in Venezuela, and the kid's name was Ruben.
Where did you say it was before? Japan?
Thailand.
Because I was going to say if it was Japan, I would think that the CEO is probably there anyway.
Oh, yeah, true, because Nintendo is Japanese.
Pretty sure.
Because isn't it? It's
Unless I'm confusing that with Sega.
I always pronounce it in my head Sega, like a seagull.
I think it's Sega, from memory. It's been quite a while since I've used Sega, the arcade things.
Yeah, that was different to the GameCube, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's Nintendo.
GameCube was Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then Sega, that's not a predecessor to PlayStation. That's not. Is Sega related? They did games then.
They mainly did the arcade machines and then they went into games.
Yeah. Because then Sega does,
I think they have a part.
Who's that guy?
Sonic.
Sonic, yeah, thank you.
I think they have a partnership with Nintendo.
That makes more sense.
Because that's where all their games come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you don't really have Sega other games.
I mean, you have Sonic on PlayStation, I'm pretty sure. But.
Oh, yeah, because don't we? Oh, I don't know. I haven't played games in a while. Besides Baldur's Gate, that's all I've been playing.
It's kind of become a second job. I still
While
enjoy
playing
it.
Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I still enjoy it.
It is a bit of a chore sometimes.
But like,
organising that
fuck,
inventory.
that game's long.
That's so much. And you're playing double, like you restarted your thing.
Yep.
Your solo one. So you've just been playing the intro multiple times since we first got it. And we're still at the same point in the story, aren't we? In our dual one and in your solo one?
Pretty much now.
Now you caught back up?
Caught up to you.
Yeah.
I'm in part 2 now, though, and I don't know where to go.
We were so hopeless the other night trying to...
I'm just lost.
We're always lost. We're like, is it here? Is it there?
I guess that's kind of the point of the game, you explore.
That's very true. But sometimes then you get stuck in an ambush and then you die and then you have to re-explore and then you forget that there was an ambush and then you die.
That is true.
And then you're like, fuck it, I don't want to go in there. And then you're like, what's this dark area? Maybe I should go. Oh, it's an ambush. You are surprised.
You are surprised.
You are surprised. And you're like, I am surprised.
Yeah, it's so odd being told you're surprised. You're surprised, damn it.
You've been spooked.
Imagine if you had someone that had to tell you your emotions every time you needed to react to something.
God, I wish.
Maybe not necessarily like the Inside movie that
Inside Out.
Is that what it's called? I thought it was just Inside.
Inside Out.
That's something else too, isn't it?
They're just words.
They're just words.
Just words. We were talking about...
but no,
sorry.
Like not to necessarily have like the different people screaming in your head, like the different emotions. But you just had one dude following you around, and he's also kind of like your hype man, but he's just like, sad.
You are surprised.
Or, how joyous.
I think that'd be so helpful. Do you remember watching the movie Dave back? It was like Eddie Murphy, I think.
Oh, yeah, and there was like a bunch of hymns inside him.
Yeah, so it was that, he was like a big old AI robot-looking guy.
Yeah.
And, inside of his skull, like behind his eyes, there was like, hundreds of mini versions of himself that was controlling the ship and kind of has a few malfunctions. I feel like I'm supposed to have a bunch of them, not a bunch of Eddie Murphys, but a bunch of my own selves in my head, but there's only, like, it's pretty understaffed in there.
You've got help wanted signs up.
I have. And the staff that I have in there only have the help wanted signs stuck up on the inside of my skull, so I don't actually know where they're advertising to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They're just...
counterintuitive. Underpaid. Don't know where to put these things, so we're just going to keep going.
We're just going to keep going and hope for the best.
It's like when you see minimum wage workers and you can just tell they hate you for being there. Like whenever I go to that one McDonald's that is near the shopping center you have worked at, not only are they slow, but they forget things. And then when you ask for the things that you've ordered, they're so disrespectful. Like it's almost like you've asked for their firstborn child.
And they've already given it to you last time, so they're pretty pissed off that you're asking again.
Yes.
Like that. Yeah. They're just like, I've given you everything you want.
Here?
And you're like, no, you haven't.
I paid for things and you just didn't give them to me.
They're like, is this okay instead? You're like, that's not the same.
I ordered. Yeah, it leaves me pretty speechless.
How are we tracking the time? Do you want to play trivia yet?
You are keen.
Hell yeah, you got 3 categories. Games, media, music. What do you want to start with?
Well, let's go games.
Games. Which voice actor from Max Payne passed away last year?
I haven't. Wait, so from the Max Payne games?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, I was thinking of Mad Max for a second. Max Payne passed away last year. I don't know that he's in this game, but I'm going to take a wild swing and say Lance Reddick because he's done a lot of work.
No, it's James McCaffrey, and he played Max Payne. The voice actor for him.
I actually do remember seeing that at the start of the year, I think. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah,
those games were fun. It's basically like Hitman, but a little bit more fast-paced.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I was getting Max Payne confused in my brain with something else.
Well, that's why I started with Mad Max.
I
was thinking Desert Cars, who was in that game. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even seen the movies.
There's really old Mad Max games, which I haven't even played. And then there was one that was released like 8 years ago. Something like that.
Sort of when they released the movie as well.
After
similar.
It was around then.
Nice. All right.
Okay, so I've gotten that one wrong.
So you have gotten that one wrong. That's okay. That's okay. Actually, would you like to hear all the answers as you go? Do you just want the closure when you get the answers? Or do you want to know at the end?
I'll know at the end.
At the end. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, sorry to start you off with that one then. Question 2.
You just wanted to tell me that I was wrong.
I guess so. Away. Yeah. It was Lance written. No. Wrong.
That was like earlier. What?
Yeah, I can't remember what you said.
I was like, oh, did you hear that sneeze? It was fun or something. I can't remember.
Oh, my tummy rumble. Did you hear my tummy rumble?
Did you hear my tummy rumble? Because it rumbled for like a minute straight. It just kept going. You were just, no. I was like, all right, cool.
Okay,
thanks,
fine.
wife.
I also was wearing the headphones, so I can't hear anything but my own breathing. Okay, question 2. How long was 2013's Flappy Bird live for until it was banned?
Why was it banned?
Because kids were because of the addictive.
It was too addictive?
It was so addictive that a kid stabbed his brother because he wanted to turn. Or he beat his high score or something. Like, it was fucking serious. And the whole thing was just pulled from every app store and media player.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That has to come down to that just being like a kid that is crazy though. Like,
yeah, it was in kind of
that sucks.
That lower socioeconomic where it was like a bigger thing to hit high scores and you get renown across your classmates and school, like where social media was booming because it was 2013.
No, so for sure it was like a huge craze.
Yeah,
it was a great game.
I very much
it was
enjoyed
like the one game that I actually play on my phone.
Yeah, we were all on Flappy Bird. So how long do you reckon it was out for?
8 months.
All right, fair enough.
I'm
gonna write these down now.
I don't have to give you like a year, do I?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No. Okay, question 3. Which came first? Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Actually, I'm going to change my answer to 6 months.
Okay, sure. 6 months.
Now, you're going to have to be specific with this next question.
Yep.
Because there are 2 Modern Warfares now.
Which came first? Call of Duty Modern Warfare or Call of Duty World at War?
So the original Modern Warfare, not the one that came out. So there is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and then there is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. There are 2 different answers here because I can tell you exactly which the answer is.
Tell me both.
So Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare came out before Call of Duty World at War because that was number 5. Mm-hmm. And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, without the 4, came out in like 2016 after.
Okay. I'm just going to do a quick Modern Warfare just so I can... Yeah, right. Okay, well, fair enough. Okay. Sure.
And then there's 3 of them as well. So there's like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I was thinking like just... The one I was thinking of when I wrote it down was just the Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Like the original Modern Warfare.
Then that came out first.
And then World at War. Okay. 2 more categories. Media or music? What would you like next?
Music.
Who has more monthly listeners on Spotify? Nick D or Connor Price?
Connor Price.
Bonus points for ballparks of how many they have, or by how much more?
Nick D would be at about 4.2 million monthly. Mm-hmm. Connor Price is sitting up near like 7.
Okay. Which artist wrote this line? Fool me one time, shame on me. Fool me.
J. Cole.
What song?
Fool me one time. Fuck you, son. Load the chopper, let it rain on me.
Yeah, can I finish a line that I actually wrote down?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Just so anyone else can jump in. Fool me one time, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, fuck the peace sign. Load the chopper, let it rain on you.
Yeah. That is No Role Models.
Yeah. Yeah, you already know that.
You are just supposed to tell me the answers at the end.
You already know the answer of that one. Fool me one, J. Cole. I knew. All right. Which was the first single to be released from the album Last Young Renegade by All Time Low? And which track number is it within that album?
Which was the first single to be released?
Mm-hmm, from that album.
And what was the track number?
Correct.
Sorry, the fact that the album is named Last Young Renegade, last threw me off for a second.
Oh, yeah.
So I just needed to
confirm the question. Yeah, that's okay.
So the first single was self-titled Last Young Renegade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking. I kind of need to look at the track list, but
that is called cheating. That's called just getting the answer.
It's because I can't remember all the songs that are in there. I almost feel like they started with Dirty Laundry, though. I feel like that was the second one. Maybe Last Young Renegade wasn't. No, it was the first one. This is fun for people to listen to. Yeah, Last Young Renegade was the first one and the last on the album.
Okay. Media. Last category.
You have me fucking spiraling on that one.
I'm doing everything in my power to like keep my poker face going.
Okay.
Because clearly from the very first question I asked, I like to give things away immediately. So I'm just trying to absorb your answers. Would you like to change your answer?
I think it was Life of the Party, which is third on the album from memory.
Okay. So the first release of the album was Life of the Party, and it's the third track.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Are you ready for media? 3 more questions.
Yep.
What 2 seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia did their infamous game occur, and what is the game called? Oh, sorry. And what are they called? What are the episodes called?
Oh, well, the game is called Charlie McDennis.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is just the gang plays Charlie McDennis.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, I don't know. Season 2 and 5.
2 and 5. Okay. All right. How many crossover episodes are there within the Arrowverse? Ballpark is okay.
20.
All right. Cool.
Just
good ballpark. Yep.
Wild guess. Yeah.
Yep. No, 100%. All right. Last question. Which came first? The TV show Chuck or the movie Good Luck Chuck?
Chuck.
Chuck came out first?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
How'd I do?
You did okay. Can we give me 1 second to tally up?
All right.
Actually, I don't want to tally up because some of the answers aren't exactly like 100% right. But the
thanks.
ballparks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, let's read them out and we'll tally up as we go.
All right.
So, which voice actor from Max Payne passed away last year was James McCaffrey? How long was the 2013's Flappy Bird alive for until banned? You originally said 8 months and changed to 6 months. The answer is 9 months. Yeah. Which came first, Call of Duty Modern Warfare or World at War? So Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, came out in 2007, World at War 2008. And then, the other Modern Warfare was 2016 or whatever you said.
That was like when I started playing COD, and it was a big rage because basically Infinity Ward made Call of Duty 4, and then because Treyarch made Call of Duty 5, they were able to release them so successively, and everyone was like, "Oh, so much COD!"
Yeah, no, I also remember that because I would have jumped on it. Morgan and Dad would have been playing Modern Warfare. I started watching and dabbling at World at War, and then I jumped on for Black Ops. Would have been
I started at World
Black
of
Ops
War,
1.
and then I came back to 4 when people got tired of World of War. They would jump back over, and
that's kind of what you do every couple of years. You would kind of track back through and play some of your favorite maps and see what was busy at the time in the
back when you had like friends get on at the same time, and you would actually
what a time
have
to be
enough
alive.
people to do like a custom game instead of having to match with crazy people screaming into microphones.
Honestly, we did that all the time every day after school through like most of year 7 and year 8. My brother and I would Zoom home, jump on with some of my high school mates and maybe like 1 or 2 of his high school mates, and we would all play together, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Okay, in our music category. So we'll actually in our music category. Who has more monthly listeners on Spotify, Nick D or Connor Price? You are correct that Connor Price does have more. You said Nick D has about 4.2. He's got 4.6 million. And
Excellent.
Connor Price, you gauged around 7. He's actually got 8.4 million. So double.
Good job, boys.
Yeah, well done. Absolutely. You absolutely smashed which artist wrote that line. That was J. Cole with No no role models. And the other day I had sat down, I had done all this trivia. I've got next lot's trivia already sorted as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which is awesome. And I was so proud. I looked up J. Cole. I shut my eyes and went zoom, 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 picked a random album, picked a random song, scrolled down, picked a spot. And do you know what within 35 minutes that you did? We were sitting out the back and we were listening to music and you were like, listen to the song. I was like, for fuck's sake. I thought I was being, because I was like, maybe it's one that he's never heard of and I'm going to trip him up.
You would have fucked me up if you chose, I think it's called like KOMD or something like that. And they're like his middle albums that he did. So
you don't know as well.
No Role Models is from 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Yeah.
Which is one of his first albums. And then there's like 2 albums right after that where he had like some slightly more aggressive rap and that sort of thing. I haven't listened to them as much.
Yeah. You've done a good once through, twice
into
through.
His more like pensive, insightful. Yeah.
Question 3. Which was the first single to be released from the album Last Young Renegade by All Time Low, and which track number was that within the album? So you should have gone with your gut. Dirty Laundry was the first one out.
Oh, okay.
And it is track number 3.
Yeah.
So you were right in that the third track was the first to come out, because you did say that it was originally Last Young Renegade and then Life the Party?
Yeah.
I don't remember what you said.
I think all of those were singles.
Yep, I agree with. And Nice to Know You was also a single.
Yeah, that one was third, I think.
I think so too, because we were like, what?
Yeah.
We were all really confused. All right, last 3.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So what 2 seasons of Sunny did their infamous game occur and what are they called? So you said seasons 2 and 5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually seasons 7 and 11.
Oh, shit. Way further.
Way further. So Charlie McDennis, The Game of Games is the first episode name of Charlie McDennis. And the second one is Charlie McDennis 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Those must be the only episodes that don't start with the gang.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I don't have a complete fact check on that, but from what I understand also...
Which I guess makes sense because their names are in the thing.
Yeah, they are the gang. This is the gang's game.
The Game of Games.
The Game of Games. How many crossover episodes are there within the Arrowverse? You guessed 20. There's 24. So, good job.
Cool.
Good ballpark. And last one is, which came first, the TV show Chuck or the movie Good Luck Chuck? You're correct in that... Oh, no, I lied. Sorry. Good Luck Chuck came out first.
Oh.
Good Luck Chuck came out on the 21st of September 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck came out on the 24th of September 2007, 3 days later.
Oh, okay. Fun fact. Good Luck Chuck. Young Chuck in the flashback to the spin the bottle game in that movie. The kid who plays young Chuck is Connor Price.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Mm-hmm. All ties together.
It all ties together. It all ties together. And this is a subtle plug to myself, just of being proud of me.
Sure.
I thought up all of these questions myself.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I didn't look up a trivia sheet.
I thought the Chuck or Chuck was pretty creative, especially.
Thank you. And when I Googled, because I just like, I was thinking of TV show and that, and I was freaking bamboozled because I was like, okay, cool, 2007. And then I was like, 2007. No, wait. Did I already write that? Okay, I'll write the month. September 27. Hang on. 21st and the 24th. What the actual hell? Like, how?
Went through 3 waves of just like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Yeah, that was exactly it. So, congratulations. That was a solid 50-ish percent-ish, I reckon.
I should probably try to do better on the next one.
Yeah, the next one is you've got a few more, not so much multiple choice, but you've got more things to think of.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's next lot. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for coming up with a wonderful quiz.
Oh my God, thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us for another episode. We love you very much and look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.
Bye.